Well, we continue our profiles in the upcoming April 1st election. Of course, voting underway with early voting. And there is a four-way race in Ward 3. This is an interesting one. And among the four candidates, Kevin Schott, certainly a familiar name, face, voice, what have you. Former Litchfield Fire Chief, Montgomery County Emergency Management Chief, retiring from that role, but still very involved in the community with the community group that continues to tackle the social ills and brings so many groups together trying to fix day-to-day life for some struggling folks in Montgomery County. Kevin, thanks for stopping by.
It's always my pleasure, Sean. Thanks for having me.
All right, so what inspired you to run for city council? I would think from one perspective, boy, you've done a lot over the years, and maybe you've earned some free time, but I guess free time isn't for everybody.
No, I tried the full retirement deal here when I left the the fire marshal's office, and I got bored very quickly. I enjoy working. I enjoy being busy. I need to keep my mind active, and my adult life has been about service to people and my community, and I just want to continue that.
Well, you received that special recognition from the chamber here in recent years. How impactful was that in wanting to continue being involved in the community?
I was very honored last year to be awarded that by the Litchfield Chamber of Commerce. It really touched me deeply. I've been awarded several different things, but that one really meant a lot to me because my community means a lot to me. I moved over here to become fire chief back in, I believe it was 2017, and I've grown to love this community, the people in the community, and I just want to continue to serve. So that award certainly helps me to continue the feelings that I have for this community.
The community wellness group you've headed up, it's fascinating to watch it at work. I've seen one of the meetings personally, and the healthcare industry, law enforcement, folks in city and county leadership coming together under one roof. And it's just such a frank, honest discussion, not soundbite kind of answers. A real deep discussion about what ills we have, and how does that help you as far as being an aldermanic candidate?
My adult life has been based on teamwork. From the first day of Air Force basic training back in 1987, they teach you to be a vital and responsive member of a team. That continues on into the fire service, the emergency management world. And we have to realize that everybody is a part of the team. And when an individual, we're going to be as weak as our weakest link. And I'm very compassionate about helping those with mental illness and mental health problems that also then sometimes go into drug and alcohol use and abuse, that go into homelessness. And we're only going to be a vital community when we address everyone in the community, including those that may be fighting some demons. Let's help identify those demons. Let's help them get through those demons and become a good citizen for our community.
I realize the city doesn't have the resources on their own to fix the issues, but certainly can be impactful. And how do you think the city can be impactful? Obviously, it's not just about dollars and cents.
No, what we have to do, again, I'm all about team building. I'm all about building bridges and strengthening bridges that we already have. Montgomery County is extremely fortunate to have the Next Network headed up by John Magnuson. We've got Hearts United there in Litchfield, just less than a block from the firehouse. St. Francis Way is doing great things in our community, doing outreach. They're doing education. They're harm reduction. We as a city have to support them. We have to get the word out about their message and direct the people that need the help to them. The city doesn't have the budget. I understand. I wish the city had millions of dollars that we could apply directly to mental health and maladies that mental health can cause. We don't. So we build the bridges. We make a team out of those people that can help the less fortunate and those that are battling demons.
Well, there's certainly a difference of opinion among current and former leaders as far as economic development and how you approach it. Just what are your thoughts, your vision of what Litchfield needs to do to seize opportunities over the next 4 years?
Very good question. The economy is not the greatest in the world. I don't think anybody can say that it's a booming economy right now. We have to take advantages. We have to be actively pursuing grants. The city, when I say we, the city has to be actively pursuing grants. Our city administrator is doing a fabulous job looking for those grants, but we got to look at bringing in, protecting the business and industry that we have now, supporting them, but we also have to be looking at bringing additional business and industry into the city. We've got the property on the west side, on the west side of I-55 that we need to get some things in there that is bringing in tax dollars to the city, that is also creating good paying jobs, so that young man or young woman that maybe is a single parent working 2 jobs, maybe even 3 jobs to get ahead and do what they can for their child. We need to be able to provide them the ability to rise out of that and into a better situation. We do that by bringing in, protecting the business that we have, bringing in additional business and industry.
And just your thoughts. I have no way of gauging how the public feels. I know there were some stormy times, let's see, a few months ago. I don't know if people have just moved on, if people still, we'll find out, I guess, on election night, but if people will still hold on to some of the feelings from that stormy time where, people had very clear sides on issues like the sports park. What's the key to kind of mending any rifts that might be out there? What are your hopes as far as a harmonious relationship as you can have in these times between the residents and leadership?
Things are going good right now. The city council meetings are now being live streamed, which helps to increase the awareness to the community. We recently helped participate in the mapping for the Litchfield, the future of Litchfield economically. I sit on the housing committee of what has come out of the mapping project and the Together Litchfield Can group. We're involving more citizens, getting them more aware. And bottom line, communications is the key. If I get in, I'll be holding meet and greets. Let's go have coffee at one of our local coffee shops. Again, supporting local business and making sure that everybody. We're never going to make everybody happy. We're never going to find a solution that everybody likes, but we have to come to that middle ground to where the best decisions are being made for the city, for the citizens, and for the visitors, quite frankly, that come and help to produce the tax dollars that our city vitally needs.
What would you like to see as far as priorities in economic development moving forward? And I know there was a lot of talk at the candidate forum about infrastructure, and by the way, infrastructure. But just your thoughts on what you would like to see, or how do you think is the best way to go forward on that front?
We have to develop plans, and again, it was mentioned at the forum that plans in dealing with infrastructure are not 5-year plans. They're 10, 20, 30-year plans. So we need to be developing those plans and making sure that the public understands the direction that we are going in that. We have to look at that property out on the west side of I-55 and try to figure out what is the best fit to go out there. I believe it was brought up that it's zoned industrial right now, or perhaps the grant is tied into something industrial coming in there, that we may need to look at that and try to attract business out there as well. But we have to work together in a transparent fashion and address the needs of the city. Infrastructure, protecting the city employees that we have. We've got a great group of city employees with the fire department, police department, city department, or streets department. We have to protect them. We have to protect the businesses that we have, and we have to look to the future and put plans together that are cohesive plans. We got to collaborate where we need to collaborate and make the city thrive into the future.
Well, I'm looking at some of the issues teed up the other night. We were hearing about the balance between sales tax and the fact that out-of-town folks are helping to fund improvements in the city, but then also heard concerns that the sales tax might be hard on the residents below the poverty line. How do you feel about the city's taxing structure right now?
Anything that comes up to the city it needs to be constantly evaluated. We need to have serious conversations about that, and not only amongst the aldermen and the mayor, but our city residents as well, to come up to the answer. Again, we're not going to make everybody happy. A city council never makes everybody happy. You want to get, when an idea or a project comes along, you want to look at it from every side, every angle, to weight the pros and the cons, make the best decision for the city, the citizens, and the money that is out there. So again, communications is going to be the key. Working together, collaborating, and being transparent about everything that we do.
Well, these various stops on your resume, many of them in leadership, how do you feel that they help prepare you for a voting position in city government?
I feel that they've helped me greatly. When I was the chief operating officer at the state fire marshal's office, I helped craft and then present our budget, a multi-million-dollar budget, to the legislators to get that passed. Same with the budget for the fire department. I crafted the budget, presented it to the alderman, the county emergency director. I crafted the budget, presented it to the county board. So I'm used to dealing in that realm. During my time at the fire marshal's office, I worked very closely with the legislative liaison, spent a lot of time down at the Capitol doing lobbying work with the legislative liaison. I'm used to the political atmosphere at not only the local level, but the upper levels. I've dealt with employees, both as the chief operating officer at the state fire marshal's office, as the fire chief. You do it through communications, and so I'm comfortable that I can fit in with the city council and make decisions, be willing to explain my decisions, back up why I voted the way that I voted for. I'm not going to hide anything, and move forward in a progressive manner.
What would be your priorities if elected?
Bringing in additional business, protecting the businesses, the industry that we have now. We don't want to lose anything. We've got some great things that are going on, but we need to attract additional business, additional industry. We need to get more tax dollars coming in to the city. I'm not a fan of tax increases. I think we need to, you and I individually have to operate within our means. The city needs to operate within its means. The way that you do that is bring additional tax money into the city, and provide an atmosphere within the city that allows everybody to rise. Again, as I said, I want that single mom and dad that's working two jobs to be able to better themselves for their children. I want the young entrepreneur, man, woman, coming in to help them make their first $1 million. I think it's across the board. We have to give everybody the opportunity to better themselves. And the city has the ability to do that if we work together, if we communicate, if we collaborate where necessary, and we do it in an open and honest way.
Any particular concerns about Ward 3?
Ward 3 is primarily residential. I sit on the housing committee of the Together Litchfield Can group. We've got to be looking at some of the housing issues. Our committee recently did a survey of all the structures in the town. We're going to be working with outside groups to look at how we can improve the housing in our community. And so I would say that's my priority for Ward 3, because it's primarily residential, and we need to, again, from the starter home all the way through the upper middle class homes, we gotta be able to provide what our residents need and what they want.
Well, this is a four-way race, most competitive race in the county. Do you enjoy that aspect where it seems less personal, more about ideas and what have you, when you've got four people on a stage, four people on the ballot?
Yeah, I truly believe in the democratic way that the United States does things. It does concern me that with four people running, it's going to split the vote up. It concerns me that traditionally there has not been great voter turnout within Litchfield. We need to get the people out to vote and vote for who they feel is going to do the best job for them and for the city. So basically, I'm glad that there is interest in people running for alderman. It's not an easy job. I understand that. I've been involved with politics for a big portion of my life, but I'm glad that there are people interested in running. That makes me excited, and I feel confident after meeting all of the candidates in the third ward that whoever wins, they've got the start of a good committee that they can bounce ideas off of and get some suggestions.
Finally, having that perspective of someone who is relatively new to Litchfield and yet having been heavily involved in Litchfield and being really close to the inner workings of the city's operations, do you feel that gives you a special X factor edge as an alderman with a outside looking in, inside looking inside combination view?
I'm never comfortable talking about myself, Sean, to be honest with you. I know that sounds crazy to some of my friends, but I feel confident that I can do a good job. I do have experience at all levels in the government and in politics, and I just feel comfortable that I can meld right in with a group of aldermen that we have, the new mayor, whomever that may be, help to form and build bridges, strengthen bridges, and complete the teamwork idea that is so ingrained in everything that I do.
Kevin Schott, thank you so much, and good luck heading into April 1st.
Thank you. I appreciate that greatly. And thank you for everything you do. I think you do a great job.